morning, students. Today I am going to discuss another important topic from your English grammar and composition book, and it is, you can see here in the board, it is gender. G-E-N-D-E-R, gender. So we can see here in the board it is gender, and what do we mean by gender? The word for sex in grammar, it is called gender. Once again, the word for sex in grammar, it is called gender. There we know that according to sex, things fall into three chief classes, males, or two chief classes, males or females, and there are three chief genders. First one, it is masculine gender. Masculine gender, M-A-S-C-U-L-I-N-E, masculine gender. It refers to male sex. And number two, it is feminine gender, F-E-M-I-N-I-N-E, feminine gender. So feminine gender refers to female sex. And number three, it is common gender, C-O-M-M-O-N, common gender. Okay. So students, you can see here in the board, first one, it is masculine gender. So what do we mean by masculine gender? M-A-S-C-U-L-I-N-E, masculine gender. The definition of masculine gender is like this: nouns denoting males. Nouns denoting males are of masculine gender. For example, boy, husband, he got, ram. These are the examples. All of these are the examples of masculine gender. Next one, number two, it is feminine gender, F-E-M-I-N-I-N-E, feminine gender. What do we mean by feminine gender? Nouns denoting females are of feminine gender. Nouns denoting females are of feminine gender. For example, girl, wife, she got, tigress. All of these are the examples of feminine gender. Students, you can see here, number three, it is common gender, C-O-M-M-O-N, common gender. So what do we mean by common gender? The definition of common gender is like this: sometimes we name a noun but its sex or gender remains unexplained, though its meaning is clear. These are called common gender. So once again, what do we mean by common gender? So the definition of common gender is like this: sometimes we name a noun but its sex or gender remains unexplained, though its meaning is clear. These are called common gender, C-O-M-M-O-N, common gender. For example, we can say, first one, the child is sleeping. The child is sleeping. Here the common gender is child, C-H-I-L-D, child. Next example, my cousin is reaching here today. My cousin is reaching here today. Here common gender is cousin, C-O-U-S-I-N, cousin. Why these are common gender? Why these are the examples of common gender? Why? In these sentences, nouns like child, like cousin. In these sentences, nouns like child, cousin are clear as far as their meanings are concerned, but their gender is not clear at all. A child can be a boy or a child can be a girl also. Similarly, the cousin can be a man or it can be a woman. Such nouns are common to both the sexes. So once again, the child is sleeping. Next example, my cousin is reaching here today. So why these are the examples of common gender? The child, it is an example of common gender. Cousin, it's also an example of common gender. But why these are the examples of common gender? Answer: in these sentences, nouns like child, like cousin are clear as far as their meanings are concerned, but their gender is not clear at all. A child can be a boy or a child can be a girl also. Similarly, the cousin can be a man or the cousin can be a woman also. Such nouns are common to both the sexes. Okay. Now come to the fourth one. It is neutered gender. The fourth one, it is number 4. It is neutered gender. Neuter, neutered gender. What do we mean by neutered gender? The definition of neutered gender says lifeless things have no sex. That is, they are neither males or females. In other words, they no longer neither sex, they belong to neither sex. That is why they are of neuter gender. That is why they are of neuter gender. So once again, what do we mean by neuter gender? What do we mean by neuter gender? The definition of neuter gender is like this: lifeless things have no sex. That is, they are neither males or females. In other words, they belong to neither sex. In other words, they belong to neither sex. These are called neuter gender. For example, pencil, chair, house, etc. All of these are the examples of neuter gender. Pencil, chair, house, all of these are the examples of neuter gender. Okay, students, I hope you have understood it very well. Thank you.